Moms do it all, from the small tasks like making lunch and helping with homework to the big ones like life advice when it comes to raising our own children. But one group of moms is adding tackle climate change to the to-do list. Dr. Melissa Burt is a climate scientist at Colorado State University, and she doubles as a science mom. Dr. Burt, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me today.
You helped co-found this organization that's called Science Moms. What is it? What is it about? What is it about? How did you get these lady climate scientists together to educate people about climate change?
Yeah, so we as Science Moms are a nonpartisan group of climate scientists and also mothers who really have been studying climate change for decades, right? We're a group of friends who wanted to provide other moms with the information and the resources that they need to really understand that climate issue because it can be a very daunting thing to understand. But to provide moms and parents with that information, the tools that they need in order to really take action and really help make things better for their kids' future.
One of your new initiatives is called Clean Versations, right? Getting moms excited about clean energy, clean transportation. What is that all about? And how can moms actually take action to be a part of that green revolution?
Yeah, so clean conversations are really all about having a conversation about switching to clean energy. And so really wanting moms to think about how can you swap out some of those things within your household or that you use on a daily basis that kind of promote dirty energy. You can think about it like polluting substances like carbon pollution in the air and really switch those things to more clean products. So I think about it like swapping your gas stoves to electric stoves or considering switching from a standard vehicle to a more electric vehicle. And the good news is that there's been a lot of investments at the federal level that have provided tax incentives for us to make that switch. So really getting moms to just understand what things are out there that can really make us more clean in the way that we have energy use.
And one of your more recent ads even targeted the idea of the school buses, right? And sometimes it could be just as simple as just letting your local leaders know, like, hey, do we have a program for electric school buses, right? To talk a little bit about that new ad.
Yeah, so this new ad really sets the stage of, your kids are getting on that school bus every single morning and really relating those toxins that come from the buses to what it's like to be smoking cigarettes, right? And so really getting that notion or that mindset out there that these dirty buses essentially are polluting our air. It's making extreme weather more intense, and it's really essentially hurting our kids. And so we have this climate action plan that really gets moms and parents to start interrogating at their local level, at your local school district level, and to ask them, what are you doing about these diesel buses? And are you switching from diesel buses to electric buses? And there are a number of different incentives that are out there for school systems to make that change.
Now, your specialty as a climate scientist is in Arctic science, right? And we know that the Arctic is the fastest warming place on the planet. You know the science. How do you stay optimistic? How do you stay geared with all of this hope and optimism and spread that to other parents, other moms and dads?
Yeah, I think, I've been studying the Arctic for decades now. And like you said, like it's the fastest changing place on the planet. But I have hope about it for two reasons, really. The first is knowing that we have solutions that are out there to really solve and tackle this climate issue. But also I have hope because, by starting a conversation, by getting other parents to see the importance and the urgency of climate change, that we can take those individual steps that lead to collective efforts that can really make the change. And also, being a mom, I don't want my kid to say, Mom, like, why have you done nothing about this issue? Right. And so I have hope really because she pushes me even more to continue to work on this. And the more and more that I can have conversations with other parents and other mothers about the issue, I think that's what keeps me going every day.
I love that, having that glimpse of hope, because there are solutions, right? The at least good part about this problem is we know exactly what to do. We just have to do it. If there's a parent at home that's watching and wants to learn more, get in touch with you guys, how can they do that?
Yeah, so if you can visit sciencemoms.com, and our website is actually really fun, right? We're trying to change the way in which we share this message around the climate issue. And I think you said earlier, as moms, we ask other parents for advice all of the time. And so we hope that all of you will seek out us as the science moms or other climate scientists to really share that message. On our website, we have some amazing videos that kind of cross the spectrum from being, funny videos that really tackle that message and tell you about science of climate change in like 30 seconds, but then also some other videos and resources that can provide you with more detailed information and books that you can read with your kids or share with other parents and other friends about the climate issue.
I love it. There's so much education on that site. It's, like you said, it's fun to go through. Thank you so much, Dr. Melissa Burt, climate scientist at Colorado State University and science mom. Thank you and happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you, and happy Mother's Day to all of you out there as well.